Welcome back to Homeopgtutor. Let us continue with the MCQ discussions. So, the first question for today is, what should teacher avoid when addressing disruptive behavior? Okay, what should teachers avoid when addressing disruptive behavior? Is it calmly address the behavior or publicly embarrass the student, talking to the student privately, and offering support and guidance? Okay, here the question is what the teacher should do when addressing a disruptive behavior. So, are we supposed to do a public embarrassment to the student? No, right? Because when a public embarrassment is there, they can actually damage the student-teacher relationship. Okay, and it can escalate the problem. So here, the teacher can calmly address the behavior, talk to the student privately, and also offer a little bit of support and guidance. But never the teacher should publicly embarrass the student. So the answer over here is publicly embarrass the student. Okay. The next question is, how can a teacher create a calm learning environment? Okay. How can a teacher create a calm learning environment? The options are by being unpredictable in behavior and rules. No. By maintaining consistency in routing and expectations, by allowing students to do whatever they like, by avoiding all classroom rules. So definitely A, C and D, they are little towards negative one, right? So the main, to create a calm learning environment, a teacher is supposed to maintain the consistency in routine and expectations, because consistency helps the students feel secure and they know what to expect, creating a very calm atmosphere. The next question here is, what is a benefit of collaborative learning activities? Okay, collaborative learning activities. If you remember, collaborative learning means what? Students are going to collaborate with each other and they're going to help each other, right? So it increases competition among students, or it promotes social interaction and teamwork. It isolates a student. It limits students' participation. Definitely we know what is the answer, and that is it promotes social interaction and teamwork. So already we know that collaborative activities means what? The students group are going to come together and they're going to help each other and learn from each other. So here they are going to promote social interaction and teamwork is the answer. The next question here is, how can teacher manage classroom technology use effectively? How can teacher manage classroom technology use effectively? Okay. Allow students to use technology whenever they want. Set clear guidelines for when and how technology can be used. Ban all technology in the classroom and ignore technology use. See, we cannot ignore a technology use in this particular era, right? Neither ban all the technologies in the classroom, because nowadays most of the classrooms are smart classrooms. And also, what actually can we do? See, we have to set clear guidelines. See, when we set a clear guideline, they're going to help the student to use the technology, and that too responsibly, and prevent distractions. Imagine we are giving the student free go to allow to use the technology whenever they want. That time they can lead to distractions. But when we have a clear guidelines which have been set for the usage of technology, there will not be a distraction, or there will be minimal distractions at that point of time, and the student will be responsibly using it. So the answer over here is set clear guidelines for when and how technology can be used. The next question is, which of the following can increase student engagement in the class? Is it lecturing for the entire class period, incorporating hands-on activities, real life examples, and then only using textbooks, limiting class discussions? So we are talking about student engagement, right? See, when we talk about student engagement, students need to connect to learning, okay, and they have to connect the learning to their own lives, and then they have to create an interest regarding that. So engaging activities should always be there. And how are we going to engage the activity? And that is by incorporating hands-on activities. Okay, hands-on activities and real life examples when we give, we can actually get the attention of the students. Okay, we can get the attention of students, and thus it will help in keeping the students engaged to the class. The next question is, what is the first step in resolving a conflict between students. Students starts fighting between each other. So what is the first step we have to do to resolve the particular conflict between the student? Either ignore the conflict, or punishing both students immediately, listening to both sides of the story, and allowing the student to handle it themselves. See, students, right? Okay, probably adolescent age and all, and emotional ups and downs will be there. So definitely, we are not supposed to allow them to handle by themselves. Okay, ignoring conflict is going to create it more, and punishing both students immediately without knowing who is right, who is wrong. Never, it is not the apt way to do. It is always understanding each student's perspective, and that is the key to the resolving the conflict fairly. So listen to both sides of the story. That should be the answer. The next question is a choice-based credit system, okay, CBCS, students are allowed to, in a choice-based credit system, the students are allowed to select their grading criteria, choose courses based on the interest, skip assessments, and design their own syllabus. See, when we talk about a CBCS, okay, we are allowing the students to choose their courses flexibly, okay, probably across the discipline and based on their interest. If you remember, it was told to you that there will be a main subject, the student can take a subsidiary subject and all that. Okay, so that and all will come under a CBCS. Okay, so here we are allowing the student to choose courses based on their interest. Okay, choose courses based on the interest. The next question is, what is the main purpose of a structured oral examination? Okay, structured oral examination. Is it to test physical skills? Then to assess cognitive abilities through oral responses? Then to evaluate the writing skill? And to assess peer learning? See, we are talking about structured oral examination, right? So definitely here there should be something in which we have to give the answers to, and that too orally. So definitely that is to assess, okay, to assess the cognitive ability. Cognitive ability means the verbal reasoning and understanding of the student about the particular subject through oral responses. Your answer is to assess cognitive abilities through oral responses is the answer. Next question is, which of the following is a characteristic of computer-based test? Okay, for computer-based test, which is the characteristic one? Is it a paper-based test? Definitely, it is not a paper-based test, right? So we can cut this particular answer. Next one, adaptive question difficulty based on responses. Then no need for technical skills. See, technical skills are always required to use a computer. So definitely this is also not the answer. Always require internet connectivity. See, computer-based test can be offline also, correct? So which of the following is a characteristic of the computer-based test over here? It is adaptive question difficulty based on responses. See, in a computer-based test, the difficulty level can be adjusted based on the test taker's response to the previous questions. Okay, so adaptive question difficulty based on responses. That is your answer. Next question is, which of the following is an innovative evaluation method? Okay, innovative evaluation method. Is it a traditional written exams, a project-based assessment, a final exams only, a rote memorization test? See, innovative evaluation we are talking about. See, with the help of an innovative evaluation, we can encourage creativity and practical application. So all those can be allowed only in one of them, and that is a project-based assessment. A project-based assessment is the one in which we can encourage creativity and practical application. Okay, so the answer is project-based assessment over here. So next question over here is, in a clinical competence assessment, an OSCE typically includes. Okay, OSCE I'm talking about. So OSCE typically includes what? Okay, whether multiple written questions, direct observation of practical skills, peer evaluation, graded homework assignments. See, over here, when we talk about an OSCE, it's a structured examination, right? See, for this, we require structured stations, okay, wherein we are going to give each student one station, and the student is supposed to demonstrate specific clinical skills or clinical task, while there will be an expert who is going to observe them. Okay, so your answer is a direct observation of practical skills. That is your answer. So for a clinical competence assessment, an OSCE typically includes a direct observation of practical skills. Next question is, which of the following is not typically a part of OSCE? Peer assessment, a standardized task, real-time observation, and structured feedback. See, an OSCE involves a task which is observed by the examiners, correct, and not typically a peer assessment. So peer assessment is not a typical part of OSCE, whereas standardized task has been given, a real-time observation wherein one expert is going to observe whatever they are going to do and also give a particular feedback. A structured feedback is also been given at that particular time. So apart from peer assessment, these three are typically a part of OSCE, but peer assessment is definitely not a part. Okay. The next question is, what is the primary goal of periodical assessment? A primary goal of periodic assessment. Okay. Is it a final evaluation of knowledge? No, right? Final evaluation of knowledge is done where? Okay, in a summative one. Okay, continuous monitoring of a progress. We have certification of skills. See, certification again is summative. Then peer grading. Okay, which among this? See, periodic assessments are used to regularly track the student's progress during a course. So, continuous monitoring of a progress is a primary goal of periodical assessment. Next question. A benefit of formative assessment is that, okay, it provides numerical scores without feedback. It helps students identify areas for improvement, focuses only on end term grades, and replaces summative assessment. See, formative assessment is not something which can replace a summative assessment. Okay, and neither it focuses on a end of the term grades. Okay, and not only that, see, formative assessment, when we say, it is during the course, right? During a period, during a class, we start an assessment so that we understand whether the student has understood what we have been taught, we have been teaching. Okay, that means we are actually giving a feedback also, or we are getting a feedback also, wherein we can adjust our learning techniques also, right? So here, definitely A is also not the answer. So remember, formative assessment provides feedback that helps the students improve before their final evaluation. So they are going to help the student understand where the problem is there, and they are going to improve in it. So help students identify the areas of improvement is your correct answer over here. Next question. Which of the following best describes an innovative evaluation method? Okay, which of the following best describes an innovative evaluation method? Okay, options are rote memorization test, case-based assessment, traditional final exams, and multiple choice exams. Rote memorization is not an innovative method. Traditional final exams, again, not an innovative one. Multiple choice, again, not an innovative one. But, okay, innovative one is the case-based assessment. See, case-based assessment are considered innovative because they are going to focus on the real-life problem-solving skills. Okay, real-life problem-solving skills. Remember this. The next question here is, in the context of learning assessment, what is meant by validity? Okay, in the context of learning assessment, what is meant by validity? Is it a test to measure what it claims to measure? The test is easy to administer, the test is difficult to pass, and the test can be completed quickly. Which among this is about the validity? See, validity, just remember, it refers to the extent to which an assessment accurately measures the intended learning outcome. Okay, so here is the test measures what it claims to measure. Okay, what does it claims to measure? It is an assessment, right? Assessment accurately, and it measures the intended learning outcomes. Okay, there might be something, some objectives which are set. Okay, after which, at the end of the class, this objective should be met with. Okay, so validity is going to measure whether this was, the learning outcomes are actually the one which we have thought about. Okay, so the answer is the test measures what it claims to measure. The next question is, what does ICT stand for? Is it International Communication Tool, or Information and Communication Technology, Internet and Communication Technology, or Intelligent Computer Tools? Which among this? Your answer is Information and Communication Technology. See, information communication technology, that is ICT, it refers to technology used for information processing and also communication, okay, which includes may it be internet or computer or even telecommunications. So information and communication technology. Information and communication technology is your answer. Let's see the next question. Which of the following is an example of a learner-centered method of teaching? Learner-centered. Okay. Here we are not, surrounding the teacher, but it is all about the student. Okay, all about the student. Lecture means teacher will be telling and the students are ought to listen to it. Dictation, again, it is a one way. Memorization, it's not learner centered. Teacher is telling you have to just memorize it. But group discussions will allow the students to participate actively, right? And these are that is the one which reflects a learner centered education. The answer is group discussion. The next question: what does MOOC stand for? Is it a massive online open course or a modern offline online course, multi-option online classes, or modular online open class? We know the answer is what? A. That is massive online open course. Okay. See, MOOCs are basically designed to provide free access to high quality learning material to large number of learners. Okay. High quality learning material, and that too for free of cost, okay, to large number of learners. That is what is massive online open courses. Okay. Next question: the intranet is typically used for intranet, not the internet. Okay, intranet. Is it for public access, restricted access within an organization, audio conferencing, and internet browsing? Okay. See, in many colleges, it is seen that we have computers in every department, and the computer, if at all we want another department to see the file which I am sending, we just have to go through the network of the computer, and because all computers will be connected, okay, we just have to paste it to the particular folder in which all the department people are having access to it. So basically, it is a restricted access within an organization. Okay, within an organization. And basically, you can say an intranet is a private network which is accessible only to an organization staff. And we use it for an internal communication. Okay, internal communication. So, restricted access within an organization is the correct answer. The next question is, which tool is commonly used for online video conferencing? Online video conferencing. Okay, is it a Internet Explorer, Zoom, Adobe Acrobat, Microsoft Word? Which among this? See, we don't even have to think about it, right? Definitely it is a Zoom. Okay, Zoom web conferencing, just like the Google Meet and all that. Okay, the WebEx, same way we have Zoom. Zoom is a very popular platform for conducting video meetings and webinars online. During the time of COVID, it was all about Zoom meetings where the classes were being conducted, right? So Zoom. Okay. Next question is Swayam. Swayam is an initiative by. Okay, Swayam is an initiative by. Is it UNESCO, Government of India, World Bank, United States? See, definitely it's nothing to do with the UNESCO and World Bank and United Nations. It is all about Government of India. It is a program launched by Government of India to promote online education through the massive online open courses. Through the massive online open courses, it is a program that was launched by Government of India. And why they have launched it? That is to promote online education. So next question, here we have, what is the primary difference between offline and online teaching method? Okay, we are going to find out a difference between offline teaching method and an online teaching method. So online methods require no teacher involvement. Online, they don't need a teacher, is it? Or offline methods rely on face-to-face interactions. Then offline methods are always learner-centered, and online methods do not use any technology. Which among this is the answer? Okay. Now, your answer basically is, see, when I talk about an offline method, okay, that usually involves, or that always involves, we can say, a direct physical interaction between the student as well as the teacher. Whereas when we talk about an online method, that is conducted via digital platform. It's not that a teacher is not involved. Teacher might be there in the other end also. So the answer over here is offline methods rely on face-to-face interaction. Okay, face-to-face interaction. Because offline method, when we say, see, if it all is a lecture method, definitely it is teacher centered. So it is not always learner centered. Okay, and online they do not use any technology. Definitely they will you be using a technology, right? So this is also not the answer. So here the answer is offline methods rely on face-to-face interaction. Next question is, which of the following technologies can be used in ICT based teaching? Which technology can be used for ICT based teaching? Is it a chalkboard, a PowerPoint presentation, a whiteboard, or a printed textbook? See, chalkboard, the whiteboard and printed textbooks, they are all required for in a traditional classroom teaching, right? Which is the one which is left? That is PowerPoint presentation. PowerPoint presentation are the common ICT tool, because the one which I am using right now is an ICT tool, okay, in which this can be taken as a modern teaching to enhance the learning experience. Okay, so the answer is PowerPoint presentation. The next question over here, what is the main benefit of audio and video conferencing in education? What is the main benefit of audio and video conferencing in education? It reduces learning materials, promotes face-to-face learning, enables real-time communication across distances, and increases teacher-centered approaches. One more. Once again, what is the main benefit of audio video conferencing in education? So basically, the audio and video conferencing, they allow real-time interaction. They are going to allow real-time interaction. May it be a person sitting in India and the person sitting in USA. Okay, even though there are, geographically they are separated, but still the audio and visual or video conferencing will allow them to have a real-time communication, right? So it is going to enable a real-time communication across the across distances. Fine, that is the answer. Okay, C is your answer. Next question, which of the following is an example of ICT based traditional support system in education? Which of the following is an example of ICT based traditional support system in education? Printed books or printed textbooks, chalk and board, smart boards and projector, and in-person lectures. See, quite a few minutes back I was telling, recently all the classrooms are smart classes, and the in-person lectures, the chalk and the blackboard and the printed textbooks, all those are traditional old ones, right? So here the smart boards and projectors is your answer. Smart boards and projectors are the example of the ICT tools used to enhance traditional teaching method by integrating technology into the class. Until chalk and blackboard, printed textbook, okay, all those are there, and that becomes a traditional. But the moment we bring the technology in between, like the smart boards and the projectors and all that, it becomes an ICT tool. Okay, ICT tool. Next question is, what is the main challenge of online teaching methods? Main challenge of online teaching method. Okay, is it too much student interaction, or accessibility issue due to lack of internet devices, no need for student feedback, more effective than in-person learning? So definitely it is not more effective than in-person learning, but there are many places where internet facilities are not that available for many families, many students. So the main issue or the main challenge of online teaching method is accessibility issue, and that too due to lack of internet or devices. Not everyone in the world is having a smartphone, okay, and not everyone is having an internet connection at home. So the main challenge is accessibility issue due to lack of internet or devices. Okay, let's see the next question. Which of the following best defines a teacher-centered method? Okay, we're talking about teacher-centered method now. Student work in groups to solve problem. So where is teacher in that? Teacher is not there. Then students are encouraged to explore and take charge of their learning. Definitely, again, students are not the main center over here. The question is teacher-centered. Technology is heavily integrated into teaching. When technology comes in place, the teacher takes a seat a little back. But The teacher is a primary source of knowledge and controls the classroom activities. That is teacher centered. Okay, that is what we call to be a teacher centered. Next question. Which of the following is a key feature of learner centered education? Just now we spoke about teacher centered. Now we are coming to learner centered. The key feature of learner centered. Is it teacher led lectures dominate the class? Definitely no, right? This is a teacher centered. Then minimal use of interactive tool. Then focus only on content memorization. Definitely these are also not. But when the students take an active role in the learning, that is learner centered. Okay, that is learner centered. Learner centered education encourages the student to take the responsibility for their own learning. Okay, how they are going to take the responsibility? Through active engagement and collaboration. Okay, the next question is, which technology is commonly used for large online course delivery, particularly in MOOCs? Okay, whether it's a fax machine or an LMS. LMS means what? Learning management system. Television and postal services. See, when we talk about television, it comes as Swayam Prabha and all that, right? So here the answer is learning management system. See, learning management system or the LMS, the platforms which they have, they manage and deliver large scale online courses, okay, which is seen in MOOCs basically. And they are giving course materials, they do assessment as well as communication. Okay, all that are being done with the help of a learning management system. So next question over here is Piaget's theory of cognitive development. Okay, Piaget's theory of cognitive development emphasizes on what? Is it a social learning or a stages of intellectual development in the children? The impact of environment on learning or genetic influences on intelligence? Which among this? See, just talking about Piaget's theory, that outlines basically they outline stages that describe how the children's thinking evolves from a concrete to abstract as they grow. Okay, child's growth they have divided. Okay, and they have said that, see, this particular stage from a concrete to abstract, how the thinking evolves. So that is what Piaget has told, and that comes under the Piaget's theory. So here it's all about stages of intellectual development in the children. Okay, stages of intellectual development in the children is the correct answer. Next question is, which of the following is a key feature of Vygotsky's socio-cultural theory? Is it an independent learning? A learning is socially mediated and occurs through interaction with more knowledgeable others. Then learning occurs only through direct instruction. Cognitive development is fixed. Over here, okay, see, when we talk about this particular theory, it emphasizes the importance of social interaction. See, when we do a social interaction, particularly with individuals who have higher knowledge and skills, we get to learn more, right? And that is why the answer over here is B. Learning is socially mediated and occurs through interaction with more knowledgeable others. Okay, that is what we have in Vygotsky's socio-cultural theory. Okay, the next question is, Bronfenbrenner's ecological system theory suggests what? Is it a cognitive development happens in isolation? A child's development is influenced by multiple environmental systems from family to society. A children's learning is driven by genetics alone, and development occurs solely in school environment. Here, the Bronfenbrenner's theory basically explains that various environmental systems, okay, from immediate family to broader social context, all these impacts the child development, and that is why the answer is B. A child's development is influenced by multiple environmental systems from family to society. There are many things which are going to influence the child's development, and that is what is being told by Bronfenbrenner's ecological system theory. Okay. So the next question is, in Piaget's theory, okay, the pre-operational stage typically occurs at which age? Okay, pre-operational stage. See, when is it 0 to 2, 2 to 7, 7 to 11, 11 to 15? You see, the pre-operational stage is basically characterized by symbolical thinking and egotism or egocentrism, and that occurs basically in the 2 to 7 years. Okay, 2 to 7 years of age. Okay, the answer is B. The next question over here is the Vygotsky's concept of zone of proximal development. That is, ZPD, okay, refers to what? Is it the gap between what a learner can do independently and what they can achieve with guidance, okay, or the natural ability of the child to learn on their own, the influence of genetics on learning, and the child's physical growth in relation to learning? Which among the see the zone of proximal development basically is the difference between what a learner can do versus with the learner can do alone and versus with the help, emphasizing the role of social interaction in the learning. And that is what A says, the gap between what the learner can do independently and what the learner can achieve with the guidance. I am learning by myself, but if someone is coming and pushing me and telling me the points, I will learn more, or something like that. Okay, and the difference between that is known as a zone of proximal development. The next question. So, according to Bronfenbrenner, which system includes family and school environments? Is it a exosystem, a macro system, a meso system, and micro system? See, when we talk about a microsystem, okay, it's the immediate environment that the child interacts with directly, that is with the family, the school, and the peers. This is the microsystem. Okay, microsystem. Microsystem is the one wherein the family, school, and peers are going to come. It includes family and school environment. That is microsystem. Okay. Next question is, the formal operational stage in Piaget's theory is characterized by what? Formal operational stage. Okay. Is it concrete thinking, abstract and hypothetical reasoning, a limited problem solving skill, and a sensory exploration? Which among this, okay, is or comes under the formal operational stage in Piaget's theory? See over here, during the formal operational stages, that is more than 11 years, okay, the individuals develop the ability to think abstractly and reason about the hypothetical situation. So that means abstract and hypothetical reasoning is your correct answer. Okay, abstract and hypothetical reasoning is your correct answer. So here we have already learned two important things: a pre-operational stage, that is 2 to 7, okay, pre-operational stage, that is 2 to 7, and now we have learned about the formal operational stage, okay, formal operational stage, which says about the abstract and hypothetical reasoning. The next question is, which theorist is known for developing the theory of moral development? Developing the theory of moral development. Okay, so when we talk about a moral development, it is always the Lawrence Kohlberg. Okay, Lawrence Kohlberg. He has proposed a theory of moral development that outlines the stages through which individuals progress in the moral reasoning, basically. Okay, it is a little important one, and I'll just mention that. See, when we talk about Lawrence Kohlberg stages of the two of moral development, basically, okay, they include three major levels. They are going to include 3 major levels and 6 specific stages. 6 specific stages. Be with me, I'll just mention all the ones together. So the 3 major stages or 3 major levels. The first one is pre-conventional, conventional, and post-conventional. These are the levels: pre-conventional, conventional, and post-conventional. Pre-conventional is basically 3 to 7 years of age. 8 to 13 is conventional, and the adulthood. Adulthood comes under the post-conventional. Okay, so the moral reasoning based on reward and punishment, that is pre-conventional. The moral reasoning based on external ethics, that is conventional, and moral reasoning based on personal ethics, that comes under post-conventional. Reward and punishment, external ethics, and personal ethics. These are the 3 major levels. Now under this, okay, there are 6 specific stages, 2 for each basically. We'll see one by one. So for the pre-conventional, okay, they do things to avoid punishment, number one, and also due to self-interest. Due to self-interest. For conventional, to keep the good boy attitude, and also law and order morality. Law and order morality. Lastly, adulthood. In adulthood, we have a personal ethics, right? So here it is due to a social contract. Okay, social contract, and also the principle which they have. Okay, the principles which they follow. So three major levels, which is divided into 6 specific stages. Okay, pre-conventional, that is 3 to 7 years of age, conventional 8 to 13 years of age, and post-conventional, that is adulthood. Okay, so please remember Kohlberg's moral development theory. Okay, so let us see the next question. So in a Kohlberg's theory, the pre-conventional level, we just now spoke about it, of moral development is primarily focused on what? Is it social contracts, a personal consequence as punishment and rewards, then internal moral principles and following universal ethical principles. So we just now spoke, right? See, pre-conventional, avoid punishment and self-interest. So what is the answer over here? Definitely it is personal consequences such as punishment and reward. That is the correct answer. The next question is, according to Piaget, schemas refer to. So what does schema refer to according to Piaget? Is it a child's physical growth pattern, a mental structures or frameworks that help individuals organize and interpret information, then genetic predispositions and emotional attachment? Which among this? So see, schemas, when we talk about, they are the cognitive framework, okay, and these are going to help the individuals categorize and make sense of their experiences. Okay, and so the answer over here is mental structures or frameworks that help individuals organize and interpret the information. Okay, answer is B. Next question, what is the main focus of Vygotsky's theory of cognitive development? Is it independent cognitive process, the influence of culture and social interaction on learning, the biological maturation of the brain, and the role of genetics in intelligence? Which among this is the correct answer? See, when we talk about Vygotsky's theory of cognitive development, Vygotsky has always emphasized that the cognitive development is largely influenced by social interactions, okay, and the cultural context in which the child is raised. So the child is going to get influenced by social interactions as well as the cultural context. So for the cognitive theory, which is the main focus, definitely the influence of the culture and social interaction on learning. That is the correct answer. The next question is, which of the following represent Piaget's sensory motor stage? Sensory motor stage, here we talk about. So the answer over here, see, the sensory motor stage, basically birth to 2 years, okay, is when the infants learn about the world through their sensory experience and motor action. So the answer is number B. Infants exploring the world through their senses and motor action. Okay, wherein the age limit is birth to 2 years. Okay, birth to 2 years. Next question, the Bronfenbrenner macro system. Okay, macro system includes who? Is it the immediate environments like home and school? Okay, then is it the immediate home and school? Definitely no, right? We have already spoken about that. Is the micro system. The broader cultural and societal influences that affect the child's development, the relationships between different settings like school and home, one and the same, events that indirectly influence the child. See, basically, when we're talking about a macro system, that represents a broader societal, and political context. And because all these three, may it be cultural, societal, or the political context, they can influence a child's development. Okay, that is the reason the macro system includes the broader cultural and societal influences that affects the child's development. The next question is Piaget's concept of egocentrism. is most evident during which particular stage? Egocentrism I'm talking about. Is it in a sensory motor stage, or a pre-operational stage, or a concrete operational stage, or a formal operational stage? See, egocentrism, meaning they have difficulty in understanding perspectives other than their own. They're not ready to understand others' perspectives, or they don't understand only others' perspectives. In which age is it? That is in the pre-operational stage. Pre-operational stage, that is 2 to 7 years. Okay, 2 to 7 years of age. Next question. In Bronfenbrenner's theory, the exosystem refers to. We finished the microsystem, macrosystem. Now the question is about the exosystem. So remember about macrosystem and microsystem, and we can cut off to main options from here. See, when I talk about an exosystem, that includes the environment that a child may not directly interact with, but they still have an impact on their development. Like, see, we have the parents' work environment. So, parents' work environment, the child does not have anything to do with the parents' work environment, but the parents' stress and all in the work environment, the parent can take it back home, right? Okay, so here the answer is the social setting that indirectly influences the child, such as the parents' workspace. Okay, parents' workspace. This is the correct answer. The next question is, Vygotsky scaffolding involves what? Okay, scaffolding. Remember what is a scaffolding? So, teaching by solving problems for students, or is it offering support to learners and gradually reducing assistance by as they become more competent? Then independent exploration by students and providing fixed answers to students. See, whenever this term scaffolding comes, always remember how would we learn riding a cycle. It is always someone used to hold in the back of the cycle, and then we used to ride, and suddenly one day the particular hold which was there, that is removed. Okay, our parents remove that particular support of there, and but still we keep on riding. Again, that is scaffolding. So that means what? Scaffolding is a teaching technique where the instructor provides temporary support to the learner, which they gradually remove as the learners become more independent. So here the answer is offering support to learners and gradually reducing assistance as they become more and more competent. Okay, next question over here. Which of the following best describes Kohlberg's post-conventional level of moral development? Okay, post-conventional. If you remember about post-conventional, that is adulthood, correct? Wherein the moral reasoning is based on personal ethics. Okay, personal ethics. And what are the stages? We have principle and social contract. Okay, principle and social contract. So what are the options which we have? We have obedience to the authority, moral reasoning based on personal in principles and universal ethics, moral decisions based on societal norms, and avoid punishment. See, avoid punishment, we already know that comes under what? Okay, avoiding punishment comes under the pre-conventional. Societal norms, okay, societal norms comes under, that is law and order, good boy attitude, all those comes under the conventional one. Obedience to the authority, again law and order, okay, all those comes under the conventional one. But the moral reasoning is based on the personal principles and universal ethics, or the principle which they are going to have of themselves. Okay, all those are going to come under the post conventional, which is usually for the adulthood. Okay, adulthood. Let us see the next question. What is the purpose of educational psychology in modern classrooms? Okay, what is the purpose of educational psychology in modern classrooms? Is it to diagnose learning disabilities only? To enhance teaching methods and optimize learning outcomes by understanding cognitive, emotional, and societal factors? To focus solely on behavioral problem, and to provide medical therapy for students? See, the entire thing, okay, may it be the chapters which we have learned in the NTT syllabus, everything is based on what? It is always based on improving the learning techniques, right? So educational psychology, okay, in the modern classroom, the purpose of it is to enhance the teaching method. Okay, not only to enhance the teaching method, to optimize the learning outcomes by understanding the cognitive, emotional, and social factors of the student. Okay, if we have not understanding what the child is going through, it is going to be difficult for any particular teacher to make it student centric or a student we will not be able to get their attention. Okay, so we have the educational psychology, so that too we can enhance the teaching method. We have to optimize the learning outcomes by understanding cognitive, emotional and societal factors. Remember this. Next question. According to Piaget, conservation refers to. Okay, conservation refers to what? So, is it a child's ability to understand that physical properties like volume, mass remain the same even when their appearance changes? The ability to conserve environmental resources, the development of social relationships, and the preservation of cultural traditions. Which among this is the correct answer? See, a conservation, when we talk about conservation, it is basically a cognitive ability. Okay, and why is it required? To understand that certain properties, they remain unchanged even if their outward appearance changes. Okay, typically mastered during concrete operational stage. So the answer is A. Okay, answer is A. So the next question, let us see. Vygotsky emphasized the importance of language in cognitive development because, okay, why they have emphasized the importance of language in cognitive development? Is it because it is simply a form of communication? Language is central to learning and thinking as it helps to internalize cultural tools. It is used for rote memorization and it has no effect on cognitive development. So, see, Vygotsky believed that when we talk about a language, it plays a crucial role in the cognitive development. Okay, why? Because it is a tool for thought. It is a tool which can help the child to internalize the cultural knowledge and the problem solving strategies. So the answer is language is central to learning and thinking as it helps to internalize this cultural tools. Okay, this is your answer. Next one, talking about the next question, that is, what is andragogy? So is it teaching method for children, teaching method for adult, group learning strategies and technology based instruction? See, whenever we talk about andragogy, okay, it refers to practice of educating adult learners. Okay, because see, in pedagogy, when we talk about it, is focused on child. Andragogy is focused on adult. So here your answer should be teaching methods for adult. Okay, teaching method for adult. Next question. Who is credited with the popularizing the concept of andragogy? Who has popularized the concept of andragogy? Is it John Dewey, Malcolm Knowles, Jane Piaget, and Lev Vygotsky? Your answer is Malcolm Knowles. Basically, he was a key figure in establishing the theory of andragogy for adult education. Don't forget the answer, the Malcolm's Knowles. Okay. Next question is, how does andragogy differ from pedagogy? One thing we have already learned, right? Andragogy for adult, pedagogy for children. Okay. Apart from that, is it that it focuses on active learning, centers on adult learners, based on teacher directed instruction, or emphasizes play based learning? See, already we have, just now I was mentioning, andragogy is for adult, so centers on adult learning. Andragogy specifically targets the education of adults. Okay, whereas pedagogy is concerned with the education of children. Okay, children. Next question. Andragogy assumes that adult learners are typically dependent on teacher, self-directed, reluctant to learn, and less motivated. See, dependent on teacher, adolescent learners are the ones. Reluctant to learn, unless and until we give a push, they don't learn. Definitely, it is not a criteria for the adult learners. Adult learners learn because they want to learn. Okay, and they are less motivated. Are they less motivated? Definitely no. Adults are not less motivated because they have a goal and they want to reach over there. So they are always motivated because they already have a goal set in their mind. So they are self-directed. Adults are generally considered to be more self-directed learners. Okay, because they take responsibility of their own learning because they know that they have to reach somewhere. The next question is, which of the following is a core idea of andragogy? Is it adults learn through play? Learning is a teacher driven? Learners bring their own experiences? Memorization is a key to learning. Which among this? See, learning is teacher driven, pedagogy. Okay, adults learn through play? Definitely no. That's the children who learn through play, right? Then memorization is a key to learning. Definitely no. Adults don't memorize, but adults understand what is the concept behind it. Okay, and then they learn. Again, that is so. This is not the correct answer. So here, what is the correct answer? Adults learn actually from their own experiences. So learners bring their own experiences is the correct answer for andragogy score idea. Okay. Next question is, why is andragogy important in today's education? Because it is requirement for all the learners due to increase in adult learners needing specific educational approach, because children and adults learn the same way. It promotes dependency on instructors. Definitely last two, definitely it is a no, right? Adult and children do not learn the same way, and adults don't depend on the instructors. Is it a requirement for all learners? No. Now, what is the answer? See, adults, as more adults engage in the lifelong learning, the need for appropriate methods like andragogy grows, right? And because of that, the answer is due to increase in adult learners needing specific educational approaches. Okay, andragogy is important because adult learners need specific educational approaches. The next question is, what is the key benefit of using andragogical method? Okay, is it reduces student autonomy, it increases reliance on teacher instruction, it promotes active participation and self-direction in learning, and it focuses solely on academic performances. See, the answer, andragogy fosters greater learner autonomy, okay, and engagement, because they take their own control of their learning, right? Your answer is it promotes active participation and self-direction in learning. Okay, what is the answer? It promotes active participation and self-direction in the learning. That is your answer. Fine. Let us see the next question. Andragogy is particularly important for which type of learners? Early childhood learners, adult learners, high school students, and preschoolers. Which among this is the correct answer? Early childhood learners, adult learners, high school students, and preschoolers. Andragogy. Okay, for which type? Definitely adult learners. Till now we were talking andragogy is for adult, pedagogy is for children. So definitely which type of learner? That is an adult learner. Correct? So let's see the next question. What is the primary characteristic of self-directed learning? Self-directed learners, the adult learners. They depend on teacher to create learning goals? Definitely no, right? They do not, depend on the teacher. They avoid seeking feedback? No, they always need for a feedback. They're made motivated by external rewards? No, they are motivated by, their own set goals which they have made. Okay, definitely. So no. So the answer is a self-directed learner can take charge of identify their own learning needs. They set their own goals and they seek the resources. So they are responsible for managing their own learning process. Okay, they are responsible for managing their own learning process. That is the correct answer. Next question. A self-directed learner is likely to rely heavily on teachers for motivation? Definitely no, right? Seek out learning opportunities independently? Independent, self-directed, definitely it is a yes. Require constant supervision? No. Prefer learning only in classroom? No. They just need resources. They will find out anyhow. So seek out learning opportunities independently. That is your correct answer. Next question is, which of the following is essential for self-directed learning? Instructor controlled learning? No. We just now spoke. They don't need an instructor as such. Ability to reflect on one's own learning progress? Reliance on fixed curriculum? Again, no. A focus on group-based projects? No. See, ability to reflect on one's own learning progress. This is the answer. Okay, that is essential for self-directed learning. Reflection helps self-directed learners assess their progress, and then they are going to adjust their learning strategies, which are required for that. Okay. The next question: self-directed learners are typically unmotivated and passive, dependent on external validation, independent, responsible, and self motivated, and focused only on instructor feedback. Again, we are talking about a self directed learner. Are they focused on instructor feedback? Okay. Or they are dependent on external validation, unmotivated and passive. Definitely, these three are not the correct answer, but the answer is a self-directed learner take responsibility for their education and they are driven by internal motivation. Okay, internal motivation, and that is independent, responsible, and self-motivated is the correct answer. Next question is, one of the key elements in self-directed learning is teacher-led discussions. See, till now we were telling, right, they don't need a external factor. Okay, they can learn by themselves. So self-directed learner. So teacher-led discussion, not the correct answer. Group-based assessment, again no. Relying on rote memorization, again it is a no. The learner's ability to set personal learning objective. This is the correct answer. The key element in self-directed learning is the learner's ability to set personal learning objectives. Okay, let us see the next question. Again, self-directed learners are more likely to wait for teacher instruction before starting a task. They seek feedback from multiple sources, avoid challenges in the learning, focus on only on memorization. Definitely, the answer is seek feedback from multiple sources, right? Okay, from various channels, they seek feedback and resources. Why do they need it? To improve their understanding and performance. Okay, to improve their understanding and performance. Let us see the next question. What role does an instructor play in self-directed learning? Okay, what role does an instructor play in self-directed learning? They provide all the content and direction. They serve as a facilitator or guide. They strictly control the learning process and they discourage independent learning. Which among this is the correct answer? Okay, the instructor play in self-directed learning. See, basically, they don't require someone to teach you, but they require someone to act as a facilitator or guide, because instructors guide learners, right, by telling them, see, what are the resources, how to access them, and if at all they face any challenge, how to navigate through the challenges. So always a self-directed learning requires a facilitator or a guide. The next question is, what is a method of pedagogy? So, talking about a pedagogy, uh, pedagogy refers to the science and art of teaching, right? And what are they going to focus? They focus on instructional strategy and methodologies. Keeping that in mind, what should be the answer? The method and practice of teaching, the study of language and acquisition, the language acquisition, child development, and physical educational method. The correct answer is the method and practice of teaching. Okay, method and practice of teaching. So the method and practice of teaching is the correct answer. So next question is, which of the following is a central element of pedagogy? Teaching strategies, learning outcomes only, student independence, parent involvement. See, pedagogy primarily focuses on strategies and methods that educators use to facilitate learning. So it is all about the teaching strategies which they are talking about. Okay, teaching strategies. The next question is, pedagogy is most commonly associated with adult learning, children's education, industrial learning, and corporate management. See, when I was talking about andragogy, continuously I was being telling andragogy for adult, pedagogy for children. So this is about the children's education. Okay, pedagogy refers to methods and practices used in educating children. Okay, although it can be applied to all, but mainly this is about educating the children. Next question is, which of the following best describes pedagogy? The study of child psychology, the method and practice of teaching, the form of assessment, and classroom management technique. Already just now we had mentioned, right? It is a method and practice of teaching. Method and practice of teaching. Let us see the next question. The term pedagogy originates from which language? Latin, Greek, French, and Arabic. Okay. It was already taught to you that it has been derived from pedagogos, right? Pedagogos, the slaves. Okay. Meaning a person who leads a child. And this is basically a Greek word. Okay, it is a Greek word. Next question. What is or which is a key concept in pedagogy? Student diversity, rote learning, grading system, and memorization. See, effective pedagogy, when we talk about it, considers the different diverse backgrounds, abilities, and learning styles of students. So, student diversity is a main key concept in the pedagogy. Different students are different, right? Okay, so diverse backgrounds are based on diverse backgrounds, the abilities, and the learning styles of students. Next question. The pedagogical approach aims to what? Is it memorizing the fact, engaging learners and promote understanding, enforce strict rules, or reduce student participation? Okay, the answer over here. When we talk about a pedagogical approach, see, good pedagogy seeks to actively engage the student in a learning process. Okay, and by doing that, they're going to enhance their understanding and critical thinking. Okay, so what is over here? They're going to engage learners and promote understanding. Engage learners and promote understanding is the correct answer. Okay. Which next question? Which of the following is not an element of effective pedagogy? Which is not an element? Okay. Is it a teacher-centered instruction, interactive learning, learner engagement, reflection on practice? Okay, reflection on practice. Here, pedagogy emphasizes on learner-centered approach, not a teacher-centered approach. We're talking all about learners. Okay, diversity in the students, that is learner-centered, where students are actively involved rather than passively receiving the information. So, which is the one where the students receive information passively? That is a teacher-centered instruction, right? So that is not an element of an effective pedagogy. Next question is, in pedagogy, the focus is on, is it delivering knowledge from teachers to student, or encouraging passive learning, promoting critical thinking and problem solving, and limiting student interaction? Just now we were telling, right, pedagogy encourages the students to think critically and solve the problems. Okay, thus promoting deeper understanding. Correct. So here the answer is promoting critical thinking and problem solving. Okay, promoting critical thinking and problem solving is the correct answer for this. Let us see the next question. A key figure associated with critical pedagogy. Okay, key figure associated with critical pedagogy. Is it Jean Piaget, Paulo Freire? Then we have B.F. Skinner and Howard Gardner. See, Paulo Freire is known for his contributions to critical pedagogy. Okay, here they advocate education. Okay, that promotes social justice and critical awareness. So, answer is basically Paulo Freire. Okay, let's see the next question. So, when we have started with the critical pedagogy, let us see what is it. So, critical pedagogy emphasizes on what? Teacher authority, or empowering students to take ownership of their own their learning and engage with real life or real world issues, rote memorization, and limiting students participation. Which among this? See, talking about critical pedagogy, it seeks to empower students, okay, to become active participants in their learning and engage critically with the world around them. So the answer is empowering students to take ownership of their learning and engage with real world issues. Okay, real world issues. Next question. In critical pedagogy, the students are viewed as what? The passive receivers of information, active participants who co-construct knowledge, then subjects who must follow strict rules and solely focused on exams. Okay, critical pedagogy again, students are viewed as what? Are they passive receivers of information? Definitely no, right? Subjects who must follow strict rules? No. Solely focused on exams? No. But critical pedagogy encourages students to take active role, right, in constructing knowledge and reflecting on the societal issues. So here, this is the answer: active participants who construct or who co-construct the knowledge. That is your correct answer. Next question: which of the following best describes the role of teacher in critical pedagogy? A dictator of knowledge, a facilitator who encourages dialogue and critical thinking, the sole authority in the classroom, a disciplinarian. Which among this? See, basically, in critical pedagogy, a teacher facilitates open dialogue and critical reflection. Okay, and that is how they help the student to engage deeply with the material. So the answer is a facilitator who encourages dialogue and critical thinking. Okay, let us see the next question. Which teaching method is most aligned with critical pedagogy? Is it a teacher centered lecture or a group discussions that challenge students to question their societal structures, memorization based learning, and independent study without reflection? So, till now, whatever we have discussed, we all know that a critical pedagogy promotes collaborative learning, wherein all the students are going to engage in discussions. Okay, they are going to the discussions are going to challenge the traditional power structures and the societal norms. So the answer is B. Group discussions that challenge students to question societal structures. Okay. Next question. According to critical pedagogy, education should A. Reinforce existing societal hierarchies, help students develop critical awareness and challenge oppression, focus solely on theoretical content, and avoid addressing real world issues. So, definitely, we know the answer among this, right? Because if a critical pedagogy views education as a tool for social transformation, okay, and where the students learn to challenge injustice and inequality. So, helps students to develop critical awareness and challenge oppression. Okay, correct answer is that. Next question, let us see. Which philosopher's idea contributes significantly to development of experiential learning in pedagogy? Experiential learning. Is it Sigmund Freud, John Dewey, B.F. Skinner, or even Pavlov? See, when we talk about experiential learning, John Dewey is the one which has influenced it or emphasized it. Okay, where the learners are going to gain knowledge through experience and active engagement. Okay, active engagement. So, John Dewey is the correct answer. Let us see the next question. The shift from teacher centered to student centered pedagogy focus on what? Teacher as a sole source of knowledge, learners constructing knowledge through experience and interaction, memorization as the primary learning method, and reducing student collaboration. Which among this is the correct answer? See, when we talk about a student centered pedagogy, okay, they empower the learners to actively engage in the learning process, okay, and then constructing the knowledge through their own experiences. So, this is the correct answer. Learners constructing knowledge through experience and interaction. Okay, interaction. Let us see the next question. What educational movement emphasizes uh, the importance of critical thinking and problem solving in pedagogy? Is it behaviorism, constructivism, direct instruction, or traditionalism? Okay, see, when we talk about the one constructivism, I'll give you direct answer. Constructivism. See, constructivism is the one that emphasizes the learner's role in building the understanding through critical thinking. Okay, then not only by critical thinking, by problem solving and real world experiences. That is constructivism. The problem solving, critical thinking. It's all in constructivism. Okay. Next question. How has technology influenced the development of modern pedagogy? Okay. How has the technology influenced the development of modern pedagogy? Is it by making teaching methods more rigid, by supporting diverse, interactive, and personalized learning experiences, by focusing only on traditional method, and by reducing importance of collaboration? Which among this is the correct answer? We're talking about how has technology influenced the development of modern pedagogy. So here, when we talk about technology, see, technology has enhanced the modern pedagogy, right? But how? That they have provide tools that support interactive, personalized, and collaborative learning. So the answer is B, by supporting diverse, interactive, and personalized learning experiences. Okay, this is the correct answer. All the traditional methods which are there, they are more enhanced when a technology comes in action. Okay, so let us see the next question. Which of the following is a key element of modern pedagogy? Is it a teacher dominance in the classroom? Definitely no, right? Sole focus on rote learning? No. Strict adherence to traditional teaching method? No. Here we're talking about modern pedagogy, right? So it is flexible, student centered approaches to teaching and learning. Modern pedagogy is going to promote flexibility, adapting teaching method to meet the needs of learners or meet the needs of diverse learners. That too in a student centered classroom. Yeah, student centered classroom. So teacher dominance in the classroom and all is teacher centered. So let's see the next question. Which of the following is an example of a well-defined learning objective? Okay, well-defined learning objective. Student will understand science. Students will be able to explain the water cycle by the end of the lesson. Student will study for the test. Student will complete all homework assignments. See, well-defined learning objective. See, learning objective should be specific. It should be measurable and it should have a particular outcome. Okay, which is going to make the effective goal for the lesson. So here, which among this is the one? The student will be able to explain the water cycle by the end of the lesson. So I might have taught you about a water cycle, but at the end of the class, you are supposed to explain the water cycle to us. Correct? So students will be able to explain the water cycle by the end of the lesson is the well-defined learning objective. Okay, well-defined learning objective. Let's go to the next question. That is, the formulation of learning objective is important because it gives teachers more control over classroom behavior. It provides clear direction for instruction and assessment. It amplifies the teaching process and it focuses on teacher-centered instruction. Here we are talking about the formulation of learning objective is important. Why? Okay. See, learning objectives helps the teachers plan the lessons. And not only planning, they can choose the appropriate teaching method. Okay. And also design the assessment that measure the students' progress. So what is the answer? They provide clear direction for instruction and assessment. Okay. They are going to provide a clear direction for instruction and assessment. That is the correct answer. Next question, let us see. Why should learning objectives be measurable? See, why should the learning objectives measurable? See, measurable objectives allow the teachers to assess whether the students have met the learning goals and then to evaluate the progress, right? So, the answer over here without reading this, we'll see that is to ensure the student can meet the objective and their progress can be tracked. That is the reason we need a learning objective. Okay, not because it is more flexible, not to reduce the complexity of the curriculum also, and not to provide the teachers more authority. Okay, but to ensure that the student can meet the objectives and their progress can be tracked. That is the particular reason. Let us see the next question. This will be the last question probably. So, which of the following statements reflect an appropriate learning objective? Okay, which of the following statements reflect an appropriate learning objective? Is it student will do their homework? Student will understand history better? Student will be able to identify the causes of American Revolution by the end of the lesson? And student will become better at mathematics. Which is the correct one? See, objective should be clear, specific and measurable. Okay, and which is going to make it an effective learning goal? So which among this is an effective learning goal or effective appropriate learning objective? That is, student will be able to identify the cause of American Revolution by the end of the class. Okay, this is a very appropriate learning objective, the SMART criteria. Okay, so we have completed the MCQs as such. Okay, see, all the best for the exams. Well, see, remember that there are no negative marks, so try to attend all the MCQs. Okay, and before going for the exams, the playlist has already been given to you. Revise from the playlist if needed. Practice the MCQs. Okay, this is all in you now to go and attend the exams. Okay, thank you for the patient listening, and please make sure to like, share and subscribe to the channel so that we can keep making such educational videos. Thank you and have a nice day.